She has been here before. She's the blogger behind Eat, Travel, Rock. Welcome back home, Kelly Rizzo.
So good to have you.
Are you now?
Happy to be back.
Are you South Sider or North Sider?
Oh, North Side.
You're North Side. You're a Cubs fan.
I grew up in Lakeview.
Okay, yeah. So you grew up right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I went to school literally a block from Wrigley. So.
Yeah. Do you like what they're doing with the renovations? Have you seen it? It's crazy.
I haven't seen it super recently, but even as of last year, I mean, it's so cool. It's just bringing a whole new level to the area and different people. I mean, people that normally maybe weren't even baseball fans or Cubs fans that still want to go hang out there.
Yeah, Terrell Brown did a great job at 11 o'clock today on the news.
Team. We had our whole ABC7 team out there.
Mark, Jim, Dion, yes. And just the renovations. It's going to be like $1 billion going in to the stadium, to the neighborhood, and there's going to be these high-end condos right across the street. When you say right across the street,
like
I mean,
literally.
you might as well live in the stadium. Because you're going to be right there.
You got to see it up close and personal yesterday, right?
I did not realize that Clark and Addis and these luxury condos are right on the street, pretty much.
Makes you want to move over there?
No, no.
I
mean, think about all the concerts and events. Like, you're never going to sleep.
No.
So it's a young person's game over there.
Right. Well, I want to talk about somebody's upcoming wedding.
Yeah.
To Bob Saget, who we just recently had on the show. Comedian Bob Saget.
First of all, he loves it here so much. He loves you guys. He loves this show. So
we love when he's on.
Thank you. Yeah, he loves
never
you.
A dull moment, I will say that.
Yeah, we got to say, he's head over heels because every time he's here, we talk about you and the wedding that's coming up later this year.
Yeah.
And he's just so excited. How thrilled are you?
I'm thrilled. What I'm even more thrilled about is he's doing all the planning.
And
He's doing
saw that.
everything. I mean, it's hilarious because his nephew's our wedding planner, so they talk so much all the time anyway. And all of a sudden, the other day, he's like, "Oh, honey, I paid the photographer." I'm like, "We have a photographer? I didn't even know."
Now, does he run decisions by you, or is he making like decisions on flowers and
I just don't care. I just really, I'm like the anti-bride. I just want to show up on the day of in a dress. And he's so good at this stuff anyway. I'm like, it'll be great.
Right. Wow, if every woman was that easy about it, that would be incredible. The show Bridezilla wouldn't exist. Now, so the whole cast, I think a full house just about, he said on the red carpet when you were on Entertainment Tonight that they're going to be there because that's really his extended family.
What would a wedding be without Uncle Jesse and Joey and DJ? They're family. They're family. They've become my extended family now. They're so wonderful. He's so close with them still. I think it's probably the only TV cast in history that has really, truly remained that close. Like, he'll be on a text trail with all of them, and he'll look at me, he's like,
That's so
Full House
cool.
is real. I mean, it's true. They're all so close still, so it's great. So yeah, they'll be there.
It's got to be a little bit weird to grow up watching the show, like we all did.
Yeah.
And now become real life, not only husband and wife with one of the characters, but then become friends with Uncle Jesse.
Right.
And, like, is it a weird, is it a little
Ow, yeah, John Stamos, he's cute, that's for sure, yeah. I know, that's the typical reaction. It is a little weird. I watched the show casually, but I was never a super fan of it, so maybe that's why it's not as strange for me. But I mean,
how did he feel about that?
That I didn't watch it as much? I think he's glad because it's one of those things where when you're a part of it, sometimes you try to distance yourself from it. So I think he's like, all right, she's not super into it. Right.
Yeah,
he's like,
he knows you probably love him for him.
Right.
Not just, yeah.
You can't date a fan, marry a fan. That'd be weird.
Keep that in mind, hot stuff.
Oh, stop.
All right.
Let's find out what's trending.
Here's what's trending on Facebook. It's Illinois Senator Tammy Duckworth. The 50-year-old gave birth to a daughter, Miley Pearl. Duckworth, yes.
Congratulations.
Duckworth is the first sitting senator to have a baby while in office. She has made history on so many fronts. It's unbelievable.
Absolutely. Obviously, her history being a war hero and all of the things that she has been an advocate for with people with disabilities. Now, this is hard to believe that she's the first person in office as a senator to give birth. That's wild. If you think about the history of our country, it's pretty wild. And she's
shocked to hear that.
And so now she's really, it says she's going to be a more important perspective. It's going to give her different perspective being a mom.
Yeah, a working mom.
Yes.
Huh? Yeah, this was her on our show back in September. And now I'm trying to do the math. It's April. She was probably pregnant then and we didn't know, right?
Oh, yeah.
Could have
October,
been.
November, December, January, February, March, April. Yeah, she was. She was probably 1 or 2 months.
Carried the
Didn't
one.
even know. Didn't even know. That's how it works, right?
My understanding, there'd be no math involved in this job.
Yeah. You see, I had to use my fingers like, wait, what?
Yes. Chuck Gowdy, get on this investigation, all right?
Well, congratulations. And I love that name, Miley Pearl, because the name is her husband's great aunt.
Right.
Who also served. Yeah.
Right, family name there. All right, moving on. What do you think about this? What do you think about fining Chicagoans who are driving too slow in the fast lane? Would you be for it? This is a real thing that's happening, not here in our city right now.
We need to adopt it.
But this is happening in Virginia. They gave out 16,000 tickets for people that were driving too slow in the fast lane.
Get rid of those red light cameras and do this.
It's not a bad idea.
I mean, when I'm driving and if somebody's in the fast lane and they're driving under the speed limit, I mean, everyone has that mentality. They should not be there. Get over to the right. Yeah, it's causing more of a hazard than it's helping. If you think by going faster, it's worse sometimes, but not always.
Now, this doesn't mean you can drive 100 in the fast lane, Val.
Right.
No.
Not what it means.
It's not what I'm trying to do, but I mean, it just causes such a backup. You know, Zoe was asking me the other day, she's a new driver, almost new driver, and she was saying, Mom, how does traffic get started? Like, where does it start? Because it's just like so weird. There's no accidents, there's no, no cars disabled or anything, and it always starts with somebody who's driving slow in the fast lane, and it's backing everyone up.
Right.
Yeah, and if there's ever like 3 raindrops that hit, everybody slams on their brakes.
You can
What is that?
And I just started riding motorcycle, and I'm still a little, a Harley, no less.
Oh, wow.
You got the
guys, hardcore.
You got the tattoos.
But
you rocking.
It's one of those things where I'm still very tentative, and if I'm in a lane where I'm like, all right, this is supposed to be the slow lane, this is supposed to be the fast lane, I need to make sure that people are flowing with traffic because otherwise it throws me off. So for my own safety, people, drive the appropriate speed limit in the right lane.
Right, 125. No, everyone's like, All right, how about this? Being a single parent has its challenges. We all know that. Now, is this a mother supporting her daughter, or is this prostitution? There is a mom who is on a website called What's Your Price? She negotiates to go on dates with men, and she's getting paid for it, like an escort, right? She says that it's not prostitution because it's mostly platonic and she's not engaging in sexual acts.
But that's what they say.
Right.
That's what they say. There's that fine line. How do you know that there's no strings attached, really? And just the title of that website.
Well, they negotiate the price. Like it goes from like $100 to $200 to be a date.
And what do you get for $200 versus $100? I mean, you have to think about that. Listen, I'm a single mom, and I'm blessed to have a great job. But there's lots of single mothers out there who are not doing this and know how to just like get a different kind of job. Because at the end of the day, I mean, I don't know, is she not telling her daughter? Is her daughter not old enough to? But when her daughter
she's a teenager.
Well,
so if she's 2 or 3 or something, that's one thing. But when she's old enough to understand, you're supposed to be. When she's little, it's fine. You can spin anything. But when she's of age to start dating almost, you have to set a good example.
Yeah, I don't know about this one, guys. All right, what about this? You heard of speed dating?
Yes.
What about naked speed dating?
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Not making this up, okay? I believe it's the first of its kind, 32 people. What they do is they get in robes, then they get naked all the way down if they want to, and then they go on the speed dates after that.
Based on what the person sees once they take the robe off.
Yeah. See, here's my take on this. Here's what I think. I would never do it personally, not a chance. However, there's something to be said for it. If somebody's that confident, you know that they're going to be confident.
Right.
Chances are they probably look okay naked.
Well, I don't know.
Usually the ones who don't need to be confident.
The nude
but then
beaches.
If they don't, but then they're confident. So at least you know that if that's what you're looking for and that's what's attractive to you, you're getting somebody who's confident.
Yeah. I don't think Channing Tatum is showing up to this.
I'm just trying to look for an upside, guys. I'm trying to look for an upside.
Half glass full.
Right.
But it's crazy. Like, remember when meeting online was like a creepy, weird kind of thing, right?
Yes.
It was like, I remember people saying, I don't want to tell my kids that I met my wife online.
Yes.
How unromantic is that? And all of this stuff. And now,
it's the way to do it.
It seems to be the most normal way to meet people now. I don't know about the naked speed dating.
Well, I mean, we've just gotten obsessed with this whole naked thing. Remember that show Naked and Afraid, and people are going on these adventures naked, and it's too much. At what point is it going to stop?
We tried it on this show for a week, and then we went back to clothes.
No. You're kidding. But G and I actually did a naked segment.
I remember.
It is on the internet because the other day Zoe goes, Mom, you did a show naked? I was like, no, I never did a show naked. I was like, oh, wait. Kind of. And then I had to explain to her how we did it through TV. You know, we cut around and we had on little bandeaus or whatever. But the appearance is that we're sitting here butt naked.
Right. It was our highest rated show ever.
I bet.
All right. Speaking of dressing and dressing appropriately, Elizabeth Hurley, I've always loved her, actress, British actress. 52 years young. She was wishing her son a happy birthday on Instagram. Yeah. Her son is 16 years old. She was getting shamed for what she was wearing. I have not seen the picture yet. I want her to wait. Here's the picture.
There it is.
Is it too much?
She's Liz Hurley.
I mean, yeah, I mean.
She could. You're Liz Hurley. You could do it.
How about her son's only 16?
He looks like 25.
Right.
Yeah, he looks like he's right there with her. They
look like they almost could be on a date, to be honest with you.
Right. Do you think people just are giving their opinions too much and this, right? Everyone's got to write something and got to be negative.
Is that too much? I'm really on the fence about that because she is a model. It is Hollywood, and she's fan. I mean, it kind of comes with it too. And she looks amazing. She probably feels like, yeah, she looks good. Yeah. So it's like she's like, listen, I look good. I'm 52. I look 32.
Yeah.
Why do I have to cover it up?
I mean, her son's 16. It's not like it was like a 5-year-old boy.
Right.
Right?
And I mean, I grew up like if you got it, flaunt it type mentality. My mom, even when I was 16, she's like, honey, is that skirt short enough? Like, don't you need some more makeup on? Like that type of thing. And she's was always dressing very, I mean, not inappropriately, but always very, very sexy.
Sassy.
And yeah, very sassy. And so I grew up with like, that's fine. As long as it's, not over the top, but she's Liz Hurley. If she looks good, if you got it, flaunt it.
It depends. There's some folks who are conservative and will probably think that that's way too much and she's a mom and she's in her 50s and she shouldn't. But then there's other folks that'll be like, you know what? Like you said, you got it.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen you dress like that around the kids, but you post pictures of just dressing like a younger, good-looking mom.
Watch out.
In a good way.
Be careful.
In a great way.
I was like, where are you going with this?
Like Zoe keeps you young. You know, like the dances. She comes to work and she's telling me about some dances that the kids are doing now. She knows because she's still engaged in that, right?
Yeah, nice save.
Thank you.
Nice save. Well, it's funny that you put that because I wore something. Well, you were with me at the Black Women's Expo, and there was somebody on my Instagram that said, you shouldn't be wearing that. You need to dress. Oh, my God. They just went in on me about how I'm not dressing right. I'm dressing too young. I need to go back to my old self. I'm like, what? I had on a lace blouse similar to this and some jeans. Like, I can't wear jeans with ripped holes in them because I'm 44.
Right. Everyone's got an opinion.
Oh, I didn't pay it any attention. I didn't respond or anything.
Don't listen to the haters.
Yeah. Now, I did go look at their page to see a little bit about them. And I realized it was one of those ghost pages. Like, they had no followers. They created a page just so they could talk smack about me.
That's just what they do.
Whatever.
The trolls.
Yep. Did you see? I sent you that meme over the weekend because I thought you'd appreciate it. I wish I had it handy. It's the guy. He's like in his parents' basement with the cigarette hanging out of his mouth.
Yes, that was hilarious.
Like, this is the guy that comments all the hate on your. That's the guy. That's the guy. Like he had no life. Yeah. All right. What about this? Cardi B. Are you fans of Cardi B, or is she fans of Cardi B? Okay.
Only a few of you? She hasn't won you guys over?
Okay, some people love her. Some people are bothered by the way she speaks. First, I'm going to let you hear her speak if you have not. Take a look.
Cardi B, where did that name come from?
My name comes from, you know what? My sister name is Hennessy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? My sister name is Hennessy, right? So everybody used to call me Bacardi. So I always call myself Bacardi, right? And then it was my Instagram name, like Bacardi B. But for some reason, my Instagram keep getting deleted. And I think it was Bacardi that had something to do with it.
Yeah, she's one of a kind, right? Cardi B. People love her, people don't. She's polarizing in that way. But she says that she does not like the way that she speaks, that she's actually... It bothers her, but
you know, a lot of times if people are insecure about something, they almost highlight that to try to cover up their insecurities and whatever their weaknesses are. So
Hold on, that was a clip, by the way. I want to mention that was a clip from the Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon.
She co-hosted that. She was also on SNL this weekend. I mean, say what you will about her. Her star is rising and it's very fast.
Yeah.
But in your best Cardi B voice, because she actually does a pretty good Cardi B.
Well, I did a Cardi B on the show once before that was not the best, but I've been listening to her and I'm coming to her. I mean, I like her. There's something likable about her.
Tell me what Cardi says.
I don't got the best English in the world, so sometimes I really got to ask somebody, does this make sense? Would this make sense? Because I would probably use the words that they don't even supposed to be go there.
I think it's adorable.
That wasn't bad, Val. Every time Val does an accent, usually it's Jamaican. That one was not Jamaican.
Wow.
That one was not
I'm
Jamaican.
improving, you guys. I'm getting better with age.
Yeah.
You know what? She just announced that just revealed on SNL that she's pregnant. What are you laughing?
Matt just said something.
No,
like
that she's pregnant, and I heard a clip of her this morning that was actually quite funny. It was somebody asked her had she considered keeping the baby or not keeping the baby, and she said, "Listen, I'm 25 years old right now. I'm in a good position. I'm a grown woman," and she goes,
and you know what? In my most humblest way, I'm a millionaire.
So she was saying that she's a millionaire, but
yes, but she's
in the most humblest way, you know. But I'm a millionaire.
Is that like a gazillionaire?
I guess I don't know what it. I thought maybe it meant she person millionaire.
She's a millionaire. Yeah.
Yeah, but I would love, like, if Cardi B came to town and would come to our show, I would love to have her here. I really would, because she seems fun.
Right, but if she's here, okay, she likes to say, "Do you know what I'm saying?" Every time she talks. So every time I'm gonna say, "No, I don't know what you're saying." Would you just to mess with her? So don't tell her. All right.
I don't know. She's getting a lot of mad love with this new album that she just dropped. I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah. She is. All right, what about this? Is this true, women, ladies?
What?
More than half of women prefer their best friend over their husband when it comes to confiding in them. No?
I think
yes?
my best friend.
I see some people hugging it out in the audience. We can talk about we can talk about everything. 57% of women say that. She listens more. I can tell her things I could not tell my partner. We enjoy the same things. We laugh until we cry. The list goes on and on.
Yeah, you know, I have a new opinion on this because before I used to think like your partner was supposed to fulfill everything for you. You know, like that was supposed to be your best friend and your partner. And now being with Bob, because there is an age difference, because we come from very different backgrounds, I've learned to appreciate that you can't always get everything from one person. And maybe, like for me, my sister is my best friend. So, you know, there's certain things that I can talk to her about that maybe I couldn't talk to Bob about. And so I've learned to, instead of looking at that as a negative, like, you know, that one person just doesn't fulfill every single little thing, to be able to appreciate them for what they are. And then things that you feel you don't get from that relationship, you can get from your best friend, your sister, whatever.
I think that's incredibly well said. I agree 100% with that. I think that's a fact, right? Like your partner's going to fulfill a lot of what you need in life, but there's a reason why as humans we have these best friends that you feel like is like your person, that you were like, I don't know, your soulmate as a friend, right? You have those people?
I think it can happen both ways. I totally do, because I know a couple that they are each other's best friends.
Sure.
Yeah, they're very, very close. They're husband and wife, but they're best friends as well. Jeff and I are really good friends too. Yeah. Like we talk all day, every day.
Right. Now, can you tell Jeff everything that you could tell your absolute best girlfriend? Exactly.
I don't know if I can tell him about me being a millionaire.
Kelly is staying with us. Pillow Talk is up next, and we have a juicy one. Is it okay to date a friend's ex?
Okay, well, we don't even need to do the segment. They answered it for us. Legendary Chicago stylist and salon owner Mario Tricocci will be here, bringing new jobs to town and making over 2 lucky members of our audience. That's really cool. We'll be right back.
with us, sticking around for Pillow Talk. And Val, what do we have?
Okay, here's today's Pillow Talk. It comes from Joe in Chicago. He writes, a very good friend dated a woman for 2 years, and I know her through my friend. Recently, this woman and I were at the same event, and she started to become friendly toward me. It sort of made me feel uncomfortable. I'm not interested in her, but I want to know, is it ever okay to date someone your friend once dated? Signed, Joe from Chicago.
Yeah, I think it depends maybe how close you were with the friend, right?
Yeah.
So, what, a lot of people, what's that?
It depends.
Yeah. Yeah, it depends, right. It depends on the level of friendship. If this person's more of an acquaintance, then I think it's okay. If this person is a friend, somebody you've spent some time with, I couldn't do it. Like, I just couldn't get it out of my head. It would bother me.
Well, it's also, how long did they date? Did they go on a few dates, or were they in a full-fledged relationship?
This one was 2 years.
Oh, 2 years. Okay, so.
Okay, does that mean intimate?
Yeah, most likely. Let's assume.
assume.
Let's assume they naked speed dated. And
Right, they got past the naked speed dating. To me, it's like, there's 7 billion people in this world.
Yeah.
There's apps, you go on, you swipe, endless amount of people on the apps.
Yeah.
Do you need to go out with your friend's ex? Like,
Right.
can't there be somebody else?
Is there ever a chance where maybe that person wasn't the one and it just so happens that like the friend could, like, let's think about the other side of this.
true?
Could it be that like you weren't the one, but your buddy is?
Right.
And like it's like love and endless love and happy ever after? I don't know.
You just have to risk that you might not have that friendship anymore, so it's
Right.
what's more important.
I had a buddy of mine ask me if it would be okay to go out with an ex of mine, and I thought that was really classy of him to ask, and I was okay with them
You
going
were?
out. Yeah.
If all parties are fine with
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
then what's the harm?
They didn't work out either, but I was yeah. Yeah, so it's based on the level of friend. But if it's a good friend and someone that you've spent time with as a friend,
Yeah.
it's kind of awkward. If he's completely, if your
Right.
other friend's completely over it and he gives his blessing, maybe.
Right. Well, honesty is key. If you sneak it and go behind their backs, then that's never good. But
Then
if you're
that's the
upfront
problem.
about it and everyone's okay, then
I don't know. I was just trying to play devil's advocate, but I tend to agree with what you said out the gate, Kelly. There's so many
a good
people
point,
in there. It's like, come on, let's just find somebody else.
Yeah.
But if you just
you're
insist,
drawn- if
you
you're
better
drawn
make
to them.
sure
Yeah.
that it's clear with everybody.
Right.
How about that?
Yeah.
Is that fair? All right.
I think we answered the question.
Yeah, we
All right,
did.
Joe, thank you so much. Hopefully we helped. Do you have a Pillow Talk question? We want to hear it. Go to WindyCityLive.com for details.
All right. Kelly Rizzo, thank you so much for coming
Thank
by.
you guys for having me. This was so
Great to see you.
fun.
You can check her out at Eat Travel Rock TV. And of course, good luck. Will we see you before the wedding?
I'm sure I'm back all the time.
Okay, hopefully we'll
guys.
see you at least one or two more
Yes,
times before the
please.
wedding. All right.